So let's start the last of the 10 lessons about the new psychosomatic paradigm for a sustainable education. Just a few words. Most of the time, education means to introduce, to force into the memory of the people some information. Once there were very little information, people were not able to read, to write, so few information were absolutely essential to be memorized. Now, all the children, all the young men, all the people at the university have to memorize an incredible amount of information. Teachers and all the university of education are really confusing the mind of a person like a memory in the computer, like a hard disk. The brain is not a hard disk to get full of information. Moreover, we know, because science of education, science of learning know it since decades, that if we do like an examination, a year of school, in a few months, 2-3 months, we lose the memory of more than 90% of the information we got. So what is the point? It's just to give a lot of information and then we forget about, or just few information, the essential information, and let the people get into the meaning of it, into the process. It's useless just to memorize all the data, all the names of history, of literature, or anything. It's better to understand the process, and maybe just to remember the essential information, very few, and then how to get when you need some more information, because this is what everybody do. When they need more information, no, they open internet and they look through all the web. So how to get the right information then in internet, books, people, whatever. Second point, we are not just a mind that should memorize all human knowledge. We are people, and there is very, very little education about love, about relationship, about emotional intelligence. What we do, like in education, like body education, gym or whatever, or sports, is like the mind is governing the body movement, and you have to run, and you have to jump or to do anything. Is always a pyramidal structure. The mind is the leader and the body is the slave. Let's try a different approach. Maybe this can be really helpful in agonistic sport, but not in normal life. We should teach in another way. The fourth point is nobody, not even sometimes school of psychology or religious school, teach about to know yourself. They always teach you are something, you are a soul, you are God, you whatever, no? And Atma and all the name that people have done. But we need to learn the way to experience this. And this is self-awareness practice. And there are many, many practices all over the world. And we can choose the more simple, the more effective, and to use them, because it's like an enormous resource. Okay, then let's go to the point. We saw the planet, we saw the state of the world that is really a critical situation. So we create this global project, Gaia project. Gaia is the name of our planet, of our Earth. So the Gaia project, a project for the development of a global consciousness. Global consciousness means global consciousness first of ourselves, not just mind consciousness, not just emotional consciousness, but whole consciousness. And people, when they get a global consciousness of themselves, then they start to have a global consciousness of the planet. And this is the beginning of a new period, of a new era that we really hope it could happen. So, let's see this Gaia project. The Gaia project started several years ago. We start with the new paradigm, and we say, well, new paradigm for us here in our institute, in the Villaggio Globale in Bagni di Lucca, very good. Maybe we do 1,000 people a year, but it's really helpful. Shall we create a program that can go easily with many thousand people? And the answer was the Gaia project. A project based on the new paradigm, on the psychosomatic mindfulness protocol, using the best scientifically proved, effective by many research, and just create 12-hour project. We start with 12 hours, that is basically nothing. 12 hours in 1 year of school is really few days. But even we will see that just 12 hours could be of very incredible importance. This project, in the beginning, we start with many schools and some university and some adult class. And then we ask for the UNESCO Federation, Italian Federation of Club and Center of UNESCO, and then by the Italian Ministry of Labor and Social Policy. And they say, well, it's a beautiful project. We can sustain the project. And the project is based on the same, let's say, structure, new paradigm, basic structure of human being. So, in order to have a teaching program, an education program that can enhance, that can develop a global consciousness, then we have to teach science, all rational knowledge, Gaia hypothesis, quantum physics, neuroscience, PNE, and all the information we were giving to you in these 10 lessons. Then all the ethical principle, the intuitive, emotional understanding. This is the Human Rights Declaration of the United Nations, all the ethical principle, system theory, the feeling that we can live a life according to a higher principle, a deep understanding of every moment, of every single experience we do in life. And all the information about unitary system theory was that each part of the planet is alive. So we have to watch the ecology in a different way. It's like a deep ecology. Deep ecology is a kind of vision that really sustains this sensitivity, this feeling of regard for nature. And good practice. So rational brain, intuitive brain, and emotional brain, and then the body brain, the reptilian brain that is acting. So let's learn good practice. Let's practice in psychosomatic exercise, psychosomatic health, in emotional intelligence. Let's learn how to deal with our emotion, even with the strongest or darkest emotion that may be fear, anger. So, and ecology, sustainability, feeling that we can be part, active part in the body, in what we are living every day. And this is making the difference for a global education. And the center is always the global self-awareness. We saw it like the global perception of our physical, emotional, psychological being as one. So 1, 2, 3, 1. And the center is essential. This is some picture taken in schools, and just very young students were just there, and we were the first time for 1 hour, and we were teaching them, well, this is a Gaia project, and now we will teach you something very precious, just to go inside yourself to experience something, not just the normal school that you learn something of the outside world. No, you can learn something about your inner world, and it's so precious, you know yourself. And even the little guy were just so interested and so attentive, and they were just deep into that. The design I was showing in the past lessons were just done in 1 hour, 2 hour Gaia program, so they learn very easily. And even young people or adult people were doing the same easily way to learn. And always remember that just being without anything is absolutely natural. So people are getting back to a natural state. Just be there and enjoy your life. And just remember, no, when we heard some birds singing, they have no school, no human rights, no security, no any car for jobs or anything. And they enjoy every moment. So it's like we should really learn how to get back to a normal state of presence in the body, in the heart, and live like that. So some data from the national, from Italian national survey. We have trained more than 1,500 doctors, psychologists, teachers, educators from all 20 Italian regions. And those people, those 1,500 people, have reached all their school, their city, and they have trained more than 20,000 people all through Italy, including very strong situation, psychiatric clinic, jail, people really in a very bad situation, people coming from Africa, from war, from Syria. They couldn't even hardly speak Italian. But, and even disabled, prisoner, elderly people, people very at the end of their life, maybe just waiting to die in a hospital, in hospice. So not just normal people, let's say healthy people that do a yoga course, that is beautiful anyway and is a very good step, but even something really different, and even drug addiction, and more than 10,000 children. So this is one of the main projects we start in Italy. We really would like, and we really appreciate if we can have any fund or any help, just to do something very easy, to create all the course. Is 3-day course plus 28 lessons online of half an hour each. But we can do it all this in English, make a website so you can download for free all this information. So people in Africa, in Asia, in the most poor country, or in places where the war is there or whatever, they can download, the teacher can learn how to teach the Gaia project and give to the children, to the young people, or even to the adult, some of the basic notion to how to be healthy, how to be psychosomatically in a good, in a well-being, and to become active planetary citizen. This is very important. And it's not just being planetary citizen, something that is in my mind. It's really in my heart. It's like it's giving me a faith, a trust, a force that I can continue my life, even if it is sometimes hard, because there is a pattern, there is something we can really do together. And if it's hard, then the hardest person will start to play. So let's do it. And just see, sometimes like Gaia Project could be seen as a medicine. Okay, and sometimes medicine are bitter and people don't really like. Maybe it's helpful, but I really don't like it. Just let's see the national statistic on the customer satisfaction and the efficacy. These are the customer satisfaction. No satisfaction, just little satisfaction, good satisfaction, excellent satisfaction. This is a very satisfaction project. People get really, they wanted more. Sometimes we went to do this 12 hours in a school, and then the students say, well, more, no, we want to continue, let's do it again, we want to learn more. And it's really balancing. More, and I just want to say, all the main item that is basically of basic importance in the education, like to avoid the problem in school all over the world are stress, disattention, hyperactivity, bullyism, difference between male and female, so the strongest are really making something nasty to women or to the submitted person in the class. And this program is basically relenting and getting better all these items. On the contrary, this program is enhancing the heart of the group, the capacity of empathy, to collect, to communicate, to be in a space of silence attention. So the kids get better performance in school just because they are more present. And this is changing even the teacher attitude. The teacher attitude was, you have to learn. And they can change. Okay, today we will treat a beautiful subject. You really should get attentive because it's a very important point. So it's giving more an emotion, a passion, and the children get much more attention for that. And in the classroom, even the person that before were maybe a bully or very strong and hard, or rejected, alone, isolated, get into a kind of much easier space. So it's very effective. And we saw the ego neuropsychic dominance, the pyramid. So the mind is the head and all the other are submitted. And we can really share from an ego-oriented governance to an eco-conscious, wise governance. So we are part of it all. We are not human being and we can get everything we want and we can kill every animal and we can just use all the primary energy of the planet. No, we can be part of the whole, feeling that we are in a very delicate network, feeling that most of this attitude have break this equilibrium, and we can restore it in that way. At the end of this 12-hour program, we give to the participant this diploma of planetary citizen. So you feel, okay, you are, you passed the examination, you did the whole 12, you learn the seeds, because in 12 hours you cannot do much. But many classes ask for doing 24, 36, 48 hours. And then it becomes that every day they do maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because it's changing the energy, it's making everything easy. Some people want to do a little bit of mindfulness just before every test or examination. because you know, I have to do the test or the examination, my God, or I can do it. I study, I'm relaxed, I'm present, and I do it much well. So the diploma of planetary citizen is something really simple, and you cannot see, but we spend a lot of time to do that, and we did it for children. This is the Big Bang. This is the creation of all the most simple atomic and particles. This is the galaxies, and then all the DNA, the cellular evolution, and then insect, reptilian, animal, plant, apes, human being, and then back again to the writing, the invention of the wheel, and the pyramid, and then the temple, and then all the communication, radio, telephone, television, cellular phone, planetary network. And here all the plants evolution, plants, tree, ananas, and apple, and flowers, and birds, and all the butterfly, and all the space like helicopter and airplane, and all these main element like Olympic, United Nations, and so it's like the whole life. In this planet there is basically all life presence, and you can really become a planetary citizen that is attentive and love all aspects of this incredible planet. So we present this Gaia project and our psychosomatic mindfulness protocol. This is the chamber, the deputy chamber in Rome. This is Gaia project. We were in 2013. This is in China at the World Cultural Forum in Macau for ecological civilization and traditional medicine. This was the presentation in the Academy of Science of Budapest, and this was in the El Hierro Island of the Canary Island, where the governor of the islands wants to spread the Gaia project to all the school of the island. And this is one of the first islands in the world that is completely, that is using only renewable energy, solar, wind, and everything, and they don't need any more fuel like from other sources. This is the University of Psychology in Chieti, Italy, and this is a congress in the in Palazzo Ducal Palace in Lucca, Italy. And this is our website. Up to now it is just in Italian, but as soon as we get a little economical fund, we will translate it in English, and people in Italy can download all the main practice of psychosomatic mindfulness. All the practice we saw can be downloaded for free, and in few years we reach 275,000 downloads of the practice. That for Italian is quite a lot. Maybe for United States is not much, but for us, and this means that all those people are downloading something to grow, to become more aware, and this is really interesting. And you can download from our site www.villaggioglobale.eu, Europe. These two films, you can download it in Italian, in Spanish, in French, this one, and in English, and it's free. This film have been done just with the idea to present the new scientific paradigm manifesto. A film like you will see many of the people that we present in this 10 lesson alive, speaking about their own point, and it's really something very, very interesting. It presents the life growing, but it presents even from this moment in evolution who are the next possible step, what we can be individually and collectively do for reaching a next step in evolution, and we cannot even imagine how incredible it could be. And global shift is about this. And even in Global Shift, there is a very interesting point where the future can go, the direction. Because just think for a single moment, if we really reach this 51%, and there will be maybe some politician who is not interested just in money, power, or doing something, but even in making people growing, making people more loving and aware. In this movie, there is the ex-president, at the time was she was the president, Donna Chinchilla, that says, well, since 20 years, Costa Rica have declared peace to the world. And we took the money that we were giving to the army, to the, to the defense, and we spend it for education, for a better living. And in few years, Costa Rica becomes the more advanced and rich country in the Central America. And in the past year, 2 years won the best happy country in the world. So it's not so difficult. And when a person is reaching a position of power and have a different vision, then something absolutely easy and beautiful can happen. Just imagine if we can even slightly take some of the money we go to bomb, army and so forth into education, into consciousness. In few years we can reach really something that is absolutely incredible. And without, it's like, try to imagine yesterday, in the last session, we did something like, we are a planet, and we saw that we are in conflict. What happens when you solve your inner conflict? Then everything around you gets in a very smooth and easy way. So it can happen even at the planetary level. If the people that now are really, they really want to do war, they are really against them, very aggressive. If they could just learn how to be dealing with their aggressivity and maybe change it in something much more useful, so the world can change very easily, maybe in few years, in few decades. And one more thing, just imagine that the real jump from apes, from monkeys to human beings have been the development of a bigger neocortical brain. So by having a bigger brain, we can really change and increasing our society. But just think about internet. Internet, just with €80, you can buy a small cellular phone, and in this cellular phone there is all the basic knowledge of the world. You can download all the picture, all the music of the world, all the translation, and you can download it and read it with Kindle or other system. And you can read the most interesting books and religious experience text and artistic of the world. You can, with €80, be in touch with every person. Maximum 6 degrees of separation. And you can have inside, you can record your voice, you can see where we are because there is a, is absolutely incredible. We are already part of a global brain. Internet is a global brain, but we are too primitive and less evolved to understand it. So we have already reached a critical point, a critical mass, but we don't even have the consciousness that we can change the planet. So let's start an education project, so we can give the best of science, of biology, of medicine, of psychology, of self-awareness and sociology, in order to become real healthy inside and outside. This is something we really would like that could spread and could go in any part of the world. In these 10 lessons, we try to give you just some seeds of the vast knowledge, scientific, medical, psychological knowledge about some of the main subjects. So we treat from quantum physics, biology, system theory, medicine, neuroscience, psychology, education, sociology. And this is just the minimum information just to trigger in you a deep desire to go deeper, a deep desire to understand more about that. This is the DNA, the planetary culture DNA. So if we get more information, we become more healthy inside, we learn how to get in a better whole situation of understanding of ourselves, of global health, and of the world around us. So this is the main point. And this planet, this Earth, is really waiting for us to do this jump. The quantum jump in evolution, the quantum leap in evolution is really important. And we really can do it. We can do this jump in consciousness, in understanding, in way of living. And let's see, probably the effort we can do now will be definitely fundamental for the next future and for the sustainability and peace for a future world for our children and so forth. So our Earth thanks you, and you can do really the difference. You can change the world. And let's do the last 10 minutes of psychosomatic mindfulness experience to conclude in an inner situation, in an inner experience, something that is the end of all these 10 lessons. So let's start this experience. Is the end of the 10th lesson. We learn many things in these 10 hours. And let's just close your eyes and just feel the totality of your being. You are totally here. No need to think about your past, future. Just feel how to enjoy this moment and just to help watch your breath. And the breath is so rhythmic, a pulsation, so natural. And you can start learning to feel the breath, this pulsation in all your body. Even your back, your belly. Every breath, the heart is sending oxygen and other very nutritive substances in the whole body, breathing whole body. And And slowly let's get more inside. Let's do this little part of psychosomatic body scan. Let's feel the flux, the stream of air going inside your body, your nose, reaching the front, the head, and it's so beautiful when you learn how to stop getting tense in your face, in your eyes. It's just a little relaxation in your eyes, and it's like your mind stops for a second and you just feel the breath, the pulsation of the body, your energy. Enjoy this moment like having a little sleep, but in a very conscious way. The body relaxes as it is kind of sleeping, but consciousness remains awake. Your mouth is open, and feel the stream of breathing through the mouth, through the nose, the throat, and all the chest, the lungs. Very delicate breathing, and you can open your heart and the feeling of being. And just feel your shoulder, your arm, your hands. Everything is pulsating. The breath goes everywhere. Enjoy for a moment your heart. And just feel your lower part of the body, the belly, your legs, your feet, and just feel whole, one psychosomatic self. Feel yourself as a oneness. Psychosomatic body, mind, emotions is one. And be very still, don't move, and feel all your skin, all your body, energy, breathing. Let's get into the energetic feeling of our body and field, even on the back side, on the spine side. And quantum physics says that your energy, your quantum electromagnetic energy, starts inside the body and goes and expands to the infinite, to the all existence. It's quite something. And just feel your room, the building, and the existence behind your room and building. Just feel for a second Gaia, a planet Earth. We are part of it. Open your deep sense of being, or if you want, your vast sense of being. And it is just like one of our cells in the heart or in the brain that says, well, maybe I'm really part of a very huge, incredible, vast organism, a body. So we feel to be just a teeny cell of this enormous planetary Gaia consciousness. And just feel your body is created by all the food, solid, liquid, gas, that is the body of Gaia. All the breath is the atmosphere of this planet. All of the infinite creatures of the planet breathe the same breath, the same atmosphere. And basically we share the same basic emotions and consciousness and neurotransmitter. Just feel part of a whole network, living, conscious network. And relax, it's so easy. Don't think about, feel it through the body, through your heart. And in this planet there is a lot of pain, sadness, fear, injustice. And we are here and we feel an incredible gratitude not to live in war, not to feel in a carestia, in a famine, not to be sick in the hospital, not to be very close to death. Maybe we have a family, we have a house, a work, a classroom, a hospital. We know more than every human being that was living before us. We have a tremendous opportunity. And sometimes we feel stupid. We feel poor and alone. We are not. Just enjoy. Deep breath. Life is so incredibly vast, infinite. So we are. And just for a moment, remember this Thomas Mann, Nobel for Literature, saying, the life, existence, become conscious of himself, of herself. We are doing that. We are part of existence, and we are conscious, to be conscious that existence is a network of living consciousness. And just for a second before finishing this 10-minute session, just feel that you don't need to make any effort to exist. You can even learn just to let go, not having any self-identity, body. There is just feeling of being part of a vast ocean of life. So now, slowly, feel your heart really open, your body energy open. The energy field that is our body can really open up. Feel one with everything around. And then, gently, we open our eyes. And let's still feel this all presence, even with eyes open. And this silence, this state of opening is the very core of our psychosomatic mindfulness protocol and of these 10 lessons. Thank you for your attention.